Okay, we're back with another Age of Mythology casted game today, and this is a live ladder match. So we're watching Isamato. He is the Loki. He's in the blue. About an 1800 to 1900 level player, very, very strong, top 100 kind of guy. He used to be my level a while ago, and then he just shot up the ranks. So he was obviously just, something just clicked, and he's now playing very well. Happens to quite a lot of people, to be fair. And then we have Alapesu in the red. A streamer. He does stream Age of Mythology if you want to check it out. I really like his stream, actually. It's pretty cool. He has this little thing set up in the corner where when he presses a button, it jams the keyboard. There's like a little cartoon guy. It's pretty cool. So if you want to check out his stream, I would suggest it. And he is playing Shenong, and he's in the red. It is going to show up the map. It is Alfheim. Alfheim can sometimes be pretty defensive. We see that there are some really easy to wall off choke points here. It's an easy to defend gold mines. We see that this is a really kind of wild spawn, to be honest. This town center that gives nothing. There's a middle town center here. It's a pretty crazy spawn, to be honest. So these town centers, these back town centers maybe might be a bit of bait. We'll see what they kind of go for. Check out some of the relics, see if they make kind of a difference here. We've got provide small trickle of wood for the wishing way. It's okay. Bow of Artemis ranged soldiers are cheaper, which is going to be, well, it's nice for both players. Throwing Axeman, Loki obviously wants to build at some point, and so many archers for Shenong to choose from. Myth units are more resilient to pierce damage. Might seem like a bit of a strange relic, but actually against both of these civs, I think that's pretty good, as Godi are a late game answer to myth units, especially the annoying ones that come from Shenong. And then Shenong has all his heroes are archers, so it definitely makes sense for both to pick that one up if they see it. And improves cavalry hit points 10% is very nice. We also see quite a lot of Lokis or quite a lot of Norse now going for Jarls, which I don't know. Nothing changed about Jarls. They're just people seem to be using them now. I've started to build them because I've seen other people do it, and I think they're pretty good, even without the upgrade. You can go Njord and get the upgrade. And I know players were doing that for a long, long time, but even without the upgrade, they seem to be picking those up. Temple going up in the back. Isamado's standard Loki build that we see from most players, the 3 dwarves, no eco upgrades, temple up pretty early. Not going for that early advanced time, which I'm classing as the Matrius build, which is instead of this dwarf, you build a gatherer here and then build a dwarf just before you advance to the next stage. Just if you want to go up at 4 minutes instead of 4:20-ish, like this one. But on this map, it's not really something that you really do need to do. Then Alapesu on this side, the Shenong, he's done his standard 2 Kwafu opening. I know there's some variant that you can get 3 Kwafus, but not with the Shenong's farms. Shenong's farms means that you're kind of set back in that early game, but these villagers are going to be chilling for a long, long time, so they're going to be happy with that one. Because Shenong's farms, what is it? Is it 0.84 per second? And actually, he's completely left the elks here. So it's an interesting play just to go on straight onto the farms, kind of not using the food over here. Wants to go for an early second town center, I imagine. But actually, no, he isn't. He's going for a machine workshop. So he's literally just valuing having the 2 peasants on here, which is kind of wild. It does make sense going for the machine workshop. He is against a Loki. And if we can click on his side, fire archers are such a good unit against all of what Norse wants to do, really. The only thing that does counter them in the classical age is raiding cavalry. And then because he's gone through Shio, he gets the super strong halberdier. So halberdier and fire archers is a sick combo against Isamato's Loki, or even going through for the Dow Swordsman. The Dow Swordsman is like a generalist unit, basically. If he then sees the raiding cavalry, I assume he'll swap into the halberdiers, which is going in, first of all, to the Dow Swordsman, kind of see what happens first. Great Hall coming up for Isamato, so did he build any? No, he's going for 3 Great Halls. Yatsa coming in, trying to do a bit of damage on the dwarf. Not going to take too much. I believe these have been... the last patch completely changed these guys. I don't think they're as good now. They look like they have less pierce armor. I don't know what else they do. I imagine it needs the upgrades in to do more damage or something along those lines. But there is a bit of an attack coming through. Yartsa jumps over the wooden gate, which isn't good for him. He is going to take his life down right there. Town Center does manage to take him out, and the Raiders are already in. So wanting to counter that Fire Archer ball right off the bat is the reason for all these great hauls. Nice bit of micro to pull away the low HP raiding cavalry. He needs to pull away the rest of them, and then Healing Spring back in the base. Nice play. The Yatsa is trying to take down this Raider. Probably could have, but doesn't want to overstep. Makes sense. Now, all the great hauls. So this is interesting, because normally we see, especially since this last patch where the temple trains hearses faster, it's basically going for a couple of long houses early and then wait to see what's going on. But Izamato goes, no, I know what the Shenong's going to do. The raiding cavalry are going to be here, and they're going to counter exactly what Alapesu wants to build, at least early on. But now we do see the switch into the halberdiers. As we said, if we move over, is he already getting the tech? Has he already got the tech? No, it's this building. That's why I clicked on the wrong building. Doesn't have it yet. Not overcommitting. But is getting that Son of Loong upgrade, which is 15% HP and more damage for your Yatsas, for your dragon sword in the mouth boys. The Loki, playing nice and defensive, has spied the enemy army, which is a very good idea to do if you're in some kind of classical fight. It's also deciding to put it on the Pioneer. So we'll probably try and keep that Pioneer alive, just so he can keep spying that army. Trolls nicely staying back from it. Unfortunately, he is on this wood line. Probably will move back soon. That Yatsa, unfortunately, because on autocast, need to put that on manual if you're in somewhere with a wall where you just can't back up. And the lightning weapons is in. Izamato just needs to bail. Lightning weapons, OP. Needs to run away from that. That looks like he's going to lose a couple of raiders, one Herser. Needs to make sure the rally point isn't set there. Does have a nice wall. So as far as lightning weapons goes, unfortunately, this one's going to get caught out. And lightning weapons means that you're stunned, can't move. So unfortunately, he is going to lose that one there. But as far as lightning weapons goes, losing 4 units, I think you're going to take that trade most times. The trolls kind of overstepping, especially against those heroes. They're going to get confused as well. I think one is going to go down. He's going to get past the wall, but there's so many archers here. Luckily does stay alive. I was going to say nice play to pull it back, but I mean, he did have it out in the open. This is definitely a nice play. Trying to go after the units that are on their own, the backup units. Even if they are counters, like these halberdier, if you have 4 raiders versus 1 halberdier, you're going to win that fight. That's a nice bit of Yatsa micro, but doesn't do too much with it. And actually, Izamato is just going pure raiding cavalry, basically, getting his heavy raiders in soon. He is going that with the Tusk of the Iron Boar as well, whether that's made his decision for him, or whether he would go for something like that against the Chinese army anyway, with the amount of fire archers they go for. It's a little bit rough going for something like hearses that you want to build, because they just get absolutely shredded. Yatsa is over the wall. I don't think he wanted to do that. I think Alapesu needs to look at his manual targeting, manual abilities versus automatic ones. Definitely worth having them on manual. Things like the troll special doesn't really matter unless you get a big load of them with a troll upgrade. Then you do want to manually cast those for sure. Military camp coming up on the side. Is this going to have a tower attached to it? Is that the idea? Does he know that the blue units are there? No, he doesn't. He's just putting a military camp there to put some pressure on this gold mine later. Now the upgrade's in, they are shiny, and the raiding cavalry are going to be scared off by this, I imagine. It looks like he's going full force in anyway. Trolls don't have the upgrades, so they don't have the biggest amount of damage. Raiders do manage to get onto the back line. Maybe it's fine going up against this army because all they do is snare, and if you're just going to go full force into them. Unfortunately, didn't have medium cavalry, though. This would have made this fight even better for him, but it looks like he's winning it anyway. I mean, the benefit of that upgrade, the snaring upgrade, is that it slows the cavalry down. If they're just sat in place, then they don't really care. So actually, sick play from Izamato there. Imagine if he would have had his medium cavalry in, he would have won that even easier. My villagers are getting a little bit confused by these pillars. Medium raiders. What's their line of sight nowadays? Does he have... Ah, he's Loki. Doesn't matter what they are. I just remember back in the old game, the raiding cavalry line of sight was just horrendous. But as Loki, the forest, Eyes of the Forest tech is just so good. Like he runs past this tree, runs past this gold mine. He can see everything that the tree and gold mine can see for a few seconds. It's just so strong. Trying to catch out things with these raiders. It is a Baihu though. You've got to be worried about that guy. Still only normal trolls. No troll upgrade. So Izumato, it's pretty, to be honest, it's pretty even on the score. And if you're even on the score with a Chinese player, then normally that means you're ahead. Just from how their favor seems to work, how they're spending all their favor, it just seems that their score should be slightly higher. I don't know if there's an exact formula for it, but it's just what it feels like when you're playing against them. So the Loki is definitely in a good position here against the Shenong. I think Alapesu needs to, get some big value from this Baihu. He can use his Baihu special to jump on the raiders when they go on the fire archers. That could be absolutely huge. Like a mini shockwave almost. Be pretty sick. That's got a cheeky villager kill there, which is nice for him. I think the trolls need to bait the troll special. Nice bait of the troll special. Then just needs to go straight for it. Does have lightning weapons number 2. And that is going to take out a lot of units. That poor Valkyrie. She's trying to get away, but she can't. And again, not the most amount of value from that, to be honest. I think, depending on whether this is going to be a pure classical fight for a long time or not, I think it's worth saving that for the flaming weapons. Just for flaming weapons, it gets about 35 seconds or 40 seconds, and you can take 15 seconds of that away just by stunning all of them so they can't attack. But I'm not a Shenong player, so whether or not that's worth it or not, I'll let you decide. But needs to bait the troll special, is going to bait it. Nice. Only went on the Pioneer, which takes minimal damage from it. Fire Archers needs to do a bit of micro. They are on the Throwing Axeman very nicely. The Trolls still do a good bit of damage. Looks like the Raiders are just trying to run around, but that isn't the play. Last time they did so well because they got all their damage done. What makes this tech so good is that it does so much damage when you're running away, and that's basically what happened there. So Alapesu is definitely back in it. It might lose some units here. Ah, my... Oof. Those poor Raiders. Literally just that upgrade at medium. I think he might lose these as well. It was a nice first one fight, but the Shenong units are scary. Nice little sneak here of these dwarves. I don't think you're really ever going to look up there. If you're the Shenong, he's got such a slow army, especially now the Dao swordsmen are in. Oh, could be a good special. Nah, he's absolutely on it with the pullback micro. That's why you need to stagger these guys. Yeah, it's a rough time to be a Loki in this matchup. I think he also killed the Pioneer with the spy on it. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, I think that was the wipe. That was the army wipe, though, isn't it? So, not unfortunate, really. That was when he won that fight pretty handily. But now, the Shenong army is just absolutely massive. Ran a farm in the middle. Oh, I guess Alapesu's another guy which has his attack move on F. That's wild to me that people don't change it. If you want attack move on a key, just have it as something that none of your villagers have a command for. Just put it as something else. I have mine as a side mouse button. I don't know if that's the best way, but I've never played a game with attack move before, so I just put it on a button that I thought would be a good one. So I have it as a side mouse button, and I really rate it. I think it's spacebar by default, which is also fine if you don't use that for something else. I use that for idle villagers, which is a nice option, but yeah, don't have it as F, don't have it as G. anything where you're going to be building stuff with your villagers. If you're wondering why, it's just because the amount of time that you'll do that and you'll have to delete a farm, it's just taking your resources away from doing something else, basically. All the trolls are out, and they're going to get caught out so quickly. There's so many pioneers. Ah, that's an unfortunate movement. I kind of wish we were watching from Izumado's perspective there, because how it should work is he should have had vision of all of these. But maybe not. Can't tell behind, but really nice raid coming in the bottom, coming around the side. Alapesu thought he was safe down there, but there is a little cheeky gap if you run all the way around. Takes a while, but pretty big value. Definitely needs to get this sort of value as the Loki, considering he's losing the fight. So we move back over here. Baihu coming in on his Larry. Does get taken out. Yeah, 11 pioneers. They're good if there's no pioneers. He needs to get his Huskarls out. Yeah, getting up to the next stage, getting Huskarls, very good unit against the Chinese for sure. That's why Frey's so good against China, is because you can get those Huskarls in the classical age. Then you get the Huskarl throwing axeman is just really good in the classical fight. I think Izumado's pretty lucky here that he managed to sneak these out earlier. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to get another gold mine, so it means he's stuck with 7 on the gold. Heroic Age through for the Shenong. Oh. I don't know whether this is like my MOBA background or not, but that just feels so bad watching that. Like special moves just completely whiffing. Like I value that so high. Getting like the cave troll special is absolutely massive. I'm still trying to get some value with these guys. Yeah, most of them are sat back at home, which is interesting, considering there is just an overwhelming force. Alapesu going into the Dao Swordsman, though, going for this kind of generalist unit again. Also sending over the Sky Lantern, so he knows exactly what's going on. You can see his vision. You can see absolutely everything. If you want to do that yourself, just select all of your pioneers, go Shift Q, and then it'll send up a lantern with all of them. Wow, the raiders are going to spot this as well. Nice find. While this is going on, though, Alapesu is just pure pushing. I think the Kwafu here should be enough to defend against this. There's also some halberdiers, who is absolutely fine. It's like Bragi on the way for the Loki. Also getting his upgrades. There's another lightning weapons potential, though, which is what we were saying earlier about it's so good against the flaming weapons. In theory, it's good against the flaming weapons. Depends on how it's cast, obviously, but... Is that forward ballet? Yeah, forward ballet coming up, and this is it. So this is the Shift Q kind of tech. So you can just see absolutely everything. Still only medium fire archers, though. Not deciding to put those up to heavy. Getting heavy infantry in from the red side. And some more hearses coming out to... just as a front line, it looks like. Looks like Hersa front line is the call. Just wants to get a decent amount of heroes out. These guys need to bait so well. Need to... Yeah, he's almost letting them die. No, you need to... Yes, nice. Need to run away in a way that you can get out. That's showing how strong that tech is. And with the amount of units over there, Izumado says this is go time. But in comes the Fey Beast. Oh my god, I completely blanked on that. Look how much HP he's losing. The Fey Beasts do so much damage. Even with the Healing Spring there, the Healing Spring managed to heal him up a little bit. Flaming Weapons comes in. Probably would have been worth doing a little bit sooner, but has spent all the resources on Favor, so can't actually use the lightning weapons there, and the Baihu tanking these throwing axemen so nicely. The fire archers should be able to take them all down. That's going to be so hard to repop if you're Izamato. Also getting the Dao Swordsman upgrade, Divine Judgment. But medium fire archers doing well, and yeah, Alapesu takes that one. So yeah, both of them won some early fights. So there was a nice early win for the fight with the Loki, and then just got caught out a couple of times, unfortunately, especially losing all those trolls. Definitely felt bad. It was an interesting choice going for the Raiders, just because Shio's so good. Maybe against Noir, because she doesn't have it. Maybe that's an option. But yeah, maybe getting Heroic Cage, getting those Huskarls would be a good shout. But the Huskarls, the Raiders, sorry, in that fight earlier did way better than I thought they would. And these guys never got spotted, so that was a nice little cheeky play.